Hey there, friends and foes. Good morning, multiverse. This is Back of the Cereal Box, the show that celebrates the fun of the Saturday mornings of our youth while navigating adulthood. Today, I am your host, the prophet of pop culture, John B. Pyka. You can call me Johnny Beyond if you dare. And Star Wars movies, Avengers comic books, and Saturday morning cartoons really made me who I am today. That's what I owe my existence to. Now, it's been a while since I've been live with you guys. I'm not live right now. This is recorded, and we're not doing full episodes yet. For those of you who don't know, well, you know what? We'll get into that in just a minute. But first, we need to run this.
Saturday morning, it's fun for all. Cartoons and cereal, let's have a ball. Comic books, kaiju, pro wrestling too. The fun is waiting for you. Back of the cereal box.
I'm a little bit rusty. For those of you who don't know, 6 weeks ago, I had a series of strokes. I'm still in recovery mode. I am not 100%. On a scale of 1 to 100, I'm averaging right at about 80%. So sometimes I forget words, sometimes I forget numbers, and I'm going to do my best to get through an episode with you guys here this morning, this afternoon. This is Saturday afternoon, and I'm going to let you know up front, as we come back, we're not going to be coming back full hour-long plus episodes. We're going to do short-run episodes just until I recover to the point that I'm closer to 100%. And in the meantime, if you like what I do, you can contribute. You can become a sponsor at patreon.com/cerealboxpodcast. That is running down below on the banner below. Or if you want to do a one-time contribution to help Johnny cover some of the medical bills, and there were a lot of them, you can do that at buymeacoffee.com/cerealboxpod. But let's get into what this episode is all about. And to do that first, we need to acknowledge the people who have made this episode possible, our Patreon community. There you see all of the people who have made this possible, this program possible. And you too can have your name in lights by joining them at patreon.com/cerealboxpodcast. Also, want to thank those of you who have purchased my book series, Tales of the Decoverse. I have a few autographed editions available right now. You can get them directly from me. Just send us an email at johnpyka.com or cerealboxpodcast@gmail.com, and I will be happy to get those to you. Otherwise, get them at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, anywhere else you buy books. All right, so this morning, this afternoon, this first episode back, we're not going to be talking about a Saturday morning TV show just yet. Sometime this week, we will be talking about Shaolin Showdown. Johnny's got to do a little bit of rehab, a little bit of watching the show and reacquainting myself. But I thought it would be fun to bring you some new loot. So we're going to do that. Prizes from the cereal box, aka new loot. And I'm going to be showing off more and more stuff as the weeks go on, because I have some of the best friends on the planet. And I've gotten some great stuff while I've been recovering from a stroke. For example, General Mills sent me this awesome hat. and a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They sent me a big box of stuff. And if you didn't see that video previously, it's out there and you can go check it out. But let's take a dive into the box and see what new prize we have recovered. Ladies and gentlemen, I have gotten my favorite Star Wars character, Black Series, Ahsoka Tano. This is from the Ahsoka Tano TV series on Disney Plus. This is Ahsoka Tano from Peridia. And we're going to open this up. I actually saw this at the Walgreens toy section. And you know what? I was like, I got to have this. I've got an entire shelf of Ahsoka figures and merchandise. Look at this. This is perfect. This is maybe one of the finest Star Wars Black Series I've ever seen. We're going to try to get her out of the package because I am an out-of-the-box collector. And so she will go right on a stand and she will go on the shelf with the other Ahsoka figures. And there's really no good way to take her out other than to just pop her out of the plastic. We won't take the sabers out just yet. But look at this figure. She is also, I want to say, this is the version of Ahsoka that was named Ahsoka the White. I may need to watch the series again to remember, but what a great action figure. Listen, Ahsoka is my favorite Star Wars character of all time, and this is a great figure. This is one of the best Black Series figures they've ever made. And as you heard me say before, Avengers comic books and Star Wars movies made me who I am today. It's got her 2 white sabers. We'll add those in later on after the show. But Ahsoka Tano, beautiful Black Series figure. And then I've got 2 other things I want to show you, and then I'm going to hit the road. I'm going to call it at that point, because that's kind of where I am with this stroke recovery. After 10 or 15 minutes, my brain shuts down and I am exhausted. So I'm going to share. I picked this up this week, Volume 5 of the Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries. There will be a 6th one coming that will complete the series. But you guys know, if you've watched Back Issue Breakfast Club, that we've reviewed this series in the past. It's been a fantastic series, and I really enjoy it. It's super easy to read. It's a lot of fun. It carries the fun and the feeling of the Saturday morning cartoons of both Batman and Scooby-Doo into printed form. And Shally Fitch is really the guy standing behind this whole project and making it so good. So if you love Scooby-Doo cartoons and Batman, the animated series, this series, this is going on. This is Volume 5 in the trade paperback collection. There will be a 6th one following this. You got to get this. This, just like it is back here, it's part of my collection on the shelf. Also, since we're talking about Scooby-Doo and Batman, I finally got Scooby-Doo Team Up. Now, this is only Volume 1, and I think there are 4 volumes in this series. This predates the Batman Scooby-Doo series. This kind of was like the launch of of what would come later. And in this one, Scooby-Doo is meeting with, the Teen Titans, with I said Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo, that's right. Scooby-Doo is meeting with the Teen Titans, with Batman. There's a story with the Scooby team, Mystery Inc., and the Super Friends. This is a fantastic book. Fantastic. Both of these are really, really outstanding. And if you're looking for something fun to read on a Saturday afternoon, you can't go wrong with those two books. Now, one last thing. I told you I had the best friends on the planet. Blake Wilson, my buddy Blake, got me this Phantom t-shirt, and I'm doing the purple hair to match the t-shirt. What a great gift this was. This is now my favorite t-shirt, and he got it discounted at what's the name of that store? This is where I'm having a little bit of problem remembering certain names, and I'm not going to remember the name while we're on the air, but that's okay. They had this whole lot of vintage t-shirts or cartoon character t-shirts, but they're misprinted. It's printed off center, just ever so slightly. So it's like $5. But you know what? I don't care. It's a fantastic shirt. I love this shirt. This is now one of my favorite t-shirts. Anyway, that wraps it up for New Loot, prizes from the cereal box. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I made it through an episode. We'll be doing more of these. I've got some Back Issue Breakfast Club things coming, and then we will be doing Shaolin Showdown sometime this week. Maybe next week, sometime this week. It just depends on how I feel. Because I'm not in a place that I feel good all the time. It's hit and miss. There's a lot to talk about with this stroke recovery. I don't remember people's names unless they've been in my life, like close, in the last 4 or 5 years. So if you send me a message and I don't remember you right away, just know that that's not on you. It's not on me. It's part of my rehab. I'm forgetting celebrity names. I'm forgetting names of movies. I remember the story. I remember the movie. I just don't remember the names of the people in it and sometimes the name of the show. So you're going to have to bear with me over the next couple of weeks, months. We don't know how long it's going to take. Anyway, that's a lot. I'm going to have to go take a nap. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, become a member of the Patreon community, patreon.com/cerealboxpodcast, or one-time donation at buymeacoffee.com/cerealboxpod. And that will help keep us on air, and it will help with my medical bills. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you so much. Before we go, a word from the very wise Chris Vaglia.
Hey everybody, Chris Vaglia here from Song Swap Showdown. We are your weekly musical throwdown podcast. Each and every week, my co-host Amanda Sharp and I each swap 3 songs with each other that we may or may not have heard before, and then we rate those songs at a scale of 1 to 5 records, with 1 being a hard pass of a song and 5 being heavenly music to our ears. The songs are chosen by spinning the wheel of themes at the end of every single episode. But today, I am here to let you know that your weekend is not complete unless you started off by watching Back of the Cereal Box with Johnny Beyond and the rest of the crew. Love you, Johnny. Keep up the amazing work and rock it.
Thank you very much, Chris. And while we're talking about people we support, check this out from Comic Books for Kids.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
All right, that's awesome. Listen, while I was in the hospital doing stroke recovery, I had some comic books brought to me. Some trade paperbacks, some solo issues. And maybe I'll go through those over the next couple of weeks. Really, that probably helped me more than anything else. So make sure you support Comic Books for Kids. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you so much for tuning in on this first official episode of Back of the Cereal Box. We'll continue doing shorter episodes over the next couple of weeks, maybe months, as I recover. And as things return to normal, our co-hosts will come back in. But for now, it's just going to be me when I feel able to do a show. And that's just kind of how it is. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, watching. Please tell your friends, your family, tell 200-300 of your closest friends and family to come share the fun. And until the next time, love you, mean it. We'll catch you on the back of the cereal box. Ta-da!
Saturday